Julia, welcome back to my channel and my room. We have not been in here in a long time, but my dog is being very loud downstairs, so I'm filming in my room today.
But I love you anyways, because you're so cute.
But you love her anyways. Despite what?
And not matching the color scheme whatsoever, but that's okay. For today's video, I wanted to replicate probably one of my favorite styles of videos that has ever been published on Susan's YouTube, and that is Nikkie Tutorials' Hits and Oh God Knows series. Anyone else remember that series? That was my favorite part of every month throughout like all of 2016, 2017. Nikkie is now doing much higher, much greater things now. Today's video was originally going to be a new makeup releases, favorites, and fails, but I decided instead I'm just going to poach Nikkie's concept. So all credits to the queen, but today I'm going to basically go through some new releases, what has been a hit, what has been an oh god no, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Full details of this look should already be on Instagram, but I'll talk about what I'm wearing throughout the video. Before we start, I want to share my current wish list right now of some of the new releases. I feel like makeup brands, a lot of them have been releasing trash, but some of them, a select few of them, have been popping off. 3 things on my current wish list. Number 1, the new lip cushions by M Cosmetics. I know they basically look like expensive lip balms, but M Cosmetics is a brand that has been long on my radar. I still need to try those stupid serum blush drops. Those look amazing. So those have been on the wish list for a very long time. But these lip cushions look right up my alley. Kind of like the ColourPop Just a Tint crayons, but $22. So mayhaps I might try out one of the M Cosmetics things. I hate to say it, I really do.
Wow, how dare Selena Gomez come out with a line of makeup that no one expected to slap this hard. I literally wanna try almost everything from Rare Beauty, oh my effing G. As you can see, I added the following to my cart, but I am interested in the dewy balm too, so added that to my ShopTag wish list. Wow, congrats Selena, thanks for creating Glossier Play 2.0 and stealing my coins.
And then third on the wish list is Mario's makeup line, particularly his kind of sheer luminous highlighter. I'm feeling very attacked. I've known this was long in the making for Mario. Huge congratulations to him. He is such a sweet man. While the packaging isn't very much up my alley, I do think the products look really, really beautiful, and I love the way that he does makeup, so I feel like I'll really enjoy his line. Honorable mention to the Marc Jacobs Holiday Cherry line. All that stuff looks really good too. I create my wishlist using ShopTagger, which is an online browser extension. Basically, whenever you're online shopping and you see something you like, you click the button on the side, it automatically saves that item to a wishlist for your future viewing purposes. And then if that item drops in price or comes back in stock, ShopTagger will notify you. I've been using it a lot, especially leading up to Black Friday. They also have a new cashback function as well as a coupon extension, so whenever you're in checkout, you just click it and it automatically applies coupon codes to your order. But yeah, that's a peek at my current wish list. Thank you ShopTagger for sponsoring today's video. Full details of this look should already be on Instagram, but I'll probably talk about what I'm wearing on my face in this video. Today's do fairy of the day is me the cat. Thank you so much for having your notification bell on. Cat. I'm so glad to have the cat community supporting my work. And without further ado, let's plagiarize Nikkie Tutorials for an hour.
I feel terrible that I'm living in your head rent-free.
But first, let me take this Kaleidos bow and put my hair up because I am sweating. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. My curtain bangs make me look very dumb at all times, but that's fine. We will live with it. I'll just tilt my head this way so I look good. I'm gonna start off with the hits because I'm a positive person.
No.
I'm not sure if my top 10 current favorite palettes is going up before or after this video. Probably after, but spoiler alert, I need a bad bleep, Addison Rae. This is the Alter Ego Artemis palette, and to be honest, I was very wary about this because I heard they were trying out a new formula, and I was like, why would you mess with perfection? I love Alter Ego's existing eyeshadow formula. Their Goddess palette is one of my favorites in my collection. This palette has their original matte formula, obviously, their shimmers, but then they're trying out a new formula, which are their cream to powder shadows. So I was intrigued. Obviously, this is a dupe of the Metropolis palette from ND. The color scheme of that palette and this palette kind of gives me vibes of like the Master Palette by Mario, a little bit amped up in terms of like the shimmer formula. Master Palette's a little bit softer, but kind of similar color scheme idea. Similar like city girl vibes, which I love. Not city girls like ACT UP, but like city girl like New York city girl.
What is a city girls? It's a city girl!
It's the city girls and you know where I'll fuck you.
Anyways, the first time I use this palette, I used the greens in here. They're so beautiful. Oh my god. This cream to powder formula is so lovely. I think they use the formula for the right shades in here. Green eyeshadow can be very difficult to blend, but I think using a kind of cream formula for those shadows made what would be a pretty difficult color to work with, like a forest green that would be hard to blend out, just diffuse like a dream. I think these shadows are insane, and you get some really fun shades in here. Honestly, this palette is not as neutral as it looks. For example, Ambush, this looks like a matte black. It's this shade. It's probably the only gripe that I have about this palette is that some of the shades are a little deceiving. They look different in the pans. So for example, I thought that this was a matte black and I started applying it on top of an orange crease shade. It's a navy blue, so you can imagine how that went. I think the formula in here is beautiful, very beginner friendly as well. Like for example, if you struggle with blending out eyeshadow, I think that this is a really great place to start, especially with more colorful shades. It's 28 colors, which is usually more than I go for in eyeshadow palettes. I tend to go for things that are a little bit more mid-sized or smaller. You get like so many different vibes in here. You can do so many things with this palette. Very versatile. So I've been loving this a lot, and I wasn't expecting to love the new formula just because, again, don't mess with perfection. Plus, we love some Greek mythology up in here. Dolores' Book of Greek Myths, my entire childhood. The next new release that was a hit in this house was the Kaleidos collection. I won't talk too much because this was a full review video that I did, but again, kind of like Alter Ego, I was a little bit scared about these because I heard that they were a slightly different formula from people who got their review videos up much faster than I did. Futurism 6 Lunar Lavender matches my room, by the way. I really like this palette a lot. Really, the only gripe that I had was that there's a little bit too much overlap between this and the Escape Pod palette for me. I wouldn't recommend getting this one and the Escape Pod palette. I just feel like they're a little bit too similar. As always, I think they kill it with the shimmer formula. The purples aren't the easiest to work with, but I don't think purples generally are. For me, though, the real star of the show was the Sashimi City palette. This, I've been reaching for it on an almost daily basis. I've been working 2 to 3 days a week, so that's pretty much when I use this palette. I don't wear makeup to class. Zoom does not get that level of effort from me. These are obnoxiously beautiful. Pink Ginger has really stood out for me. This is probably the closest dupe that I found to the shade Zam from the Jackie Aina palette. Zam is like my favorite shade in the palette. It's kind of this cross between a rose gold, a champagne, and a bronze without being orange. I feel like a lot of bronzy shades tend to like lean to the copper side, which I don't love. This is pretty much that, just a little bit smoother, I would say, like less chunky and glittery. And I'm not going to go on another tirade about how much I love the fact that they named an eyeshadow soy sauce again. We know, Julia. You're Japanese. We get it. And I've actually been reaching for the contour palette too. Not as much as the eyeshadow palettes. For someone who definitely prefers cream contour a lot, the fact that I've been reaching for this quite often is pretty cool. I didn't love the fact that this fair toned one and then the medium one were basically the same thing. I think there could have been one more palette in the middle that was actually like a true medium, because I think this one was fair, the other one was light, and then there was like a abrupt jump to deep. But overall, I would say the Charisma contour palettes were a hit as well. Hello, Julia of a future date popping in because I started testing out this collection as I was editing this video, and it's a very new release, so I figured I'd include it because I do have some thoughts. The ColourPop Hocus Pocus collection for Halloween this year. I've had very mixed feelings about most of ColourPop's collection releases throughout the year. Like 3 of the 5 major ColourPop collections I reviewed this year were, in my opinion, flops all around. But I was really excited to test out this collection. Packaging wise, as always, I think with the Disney collections in particular, they really pop off. However, I did see on my subscriber Sally Choi's story that the packaging for this collection is actually the same as the packaging that Disney / Hocus Pocus has been using for other collaborations, like with Nestle, which I think was interesting. I don't think that's ColourPop's fault by any means. I think that is the result of the Disney overlord. Anyways, I will start with the palette, which I'm wearing on my eyes right now. I'm also not wearing foundation or any other base products, so I kind of look sick. Let's just ignore that. This is a 15 pan palette in their cardboard packaging, so the same size as the Mulan palettes. And I saw a lot of people comparing it to the Garden Variety palette, which I can see where people are coming from, especially because like the purples are kind of in the same spot in the palettes, and you've got a kind of overlap of some neutrals, purples, and greens, but honestly, I don't think they're that similar. Maybe the purples are kind of similar, but the greens in here are very different. The neutrals in here are a little bit more cool toned, whereas this is a bit warmer, and then you have some red tones in here as well. So in this eye look, I have Night of Frolic in the upper crease, Tis Firm and Thickery Binks on my lid, Yabos on my very inner corner, Bewitched on my very outer corner of my lower lash line, and then Call It a Bus as a kind of smoky winged liner. There are some mattes with micro glitters in here, but they are the more neutral colors, which I do have feelings about, but they did keep some of the more colorful shades mattes, which I appreciate. I was really pleasantly surprised with the performance of the darker mattes in here, particularly this kind of like berry red shade here. Very difficult color to formulate, but it performed really beautifully and blended seamlessly on the eyes. I also really like the shimmers in here. I feel like they're metallic, but they're not flaky. Overall, for me, this palette gets, I would say, like a 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10. I really like it. The colorful shades in here performed really well, and I think I probably would have bought it for myself. So I'm wearing the lip kit on my lips right now. I really love ColourPop's Cream Luxe lip formula. I think they've really improved the formula a lot, but also I think the problems that I've had with this formula have been in the lighter shades where they kind of form a little bit of like a butthole lip ring around, especially in the lighter nudes. It's a beautiful true red, but this formula is really nice and hydrating as well. And the lip liner matches perfectly. It's not darker than the lipstick, so if you do like a darker lip liner, just know that these two match pretty much exactly. And I love ColourPop's lip liner formula. To me, the lip liners from ColourPop are exactly the same as the Kylie Cosmetics ones. I don't think their liquid lipsticks are exactly the same, but I think the lip liner formula...
Wait a minute, hold on.
I wasn't a huge fan of the eyeliners in the collection. I was excited about this green one, but it does actually have a little bit of shimmer in there. So I was expecting like a really nice true like green matte liner. Also, I kind of felt like it didn't really match with the greens in the palette, so it's a little bit more of like a vibrant foresty green, whereas these are like olive grungy tone greens. But I want to talk about the lashes real quick. These are the Clever Witch lashes, and I haven't tried lashes from ColourPop before. I know some people were like kind of not liking these lashes a lot. They are on the shorter side and they're a little bit less fluffy. To be honest, they look like the lashes of every boy I've ever dated. They just look like the lashes of somebody who has naturally really long lashes. Not super voluminous and they're not lengthy either. So to me, these are my lashes, but better. Which I recognize that for some people, that's like pointless in false lashes. If you're going to go to the lengths of wearing false lashes, you want something that's going to be like these. But for me, these are like the perfect everyday lash. I can wear these to work, and I think they're really cute. I don't think that they match with the collection though, which is why I think it was kind of funny that they released this pair with this collection, because it's like this palette with the darker, gruntier tone colors, and then these very like heather lashes, but personally I love them. Overall, I do like this collection. I would definitely recommend the palette, the lashes, and if you like red lipsticks, the lipstick. And then there were also glitter gels, but I ended up giving them to a friend because I don't really use the glitter gels that they have. So yeah, overall this falls into the hits category. Now I have to go watch Hocus Pocus for the first time. I'm so sorry. I know the comment section is gonna kill me for that. 2 more hits in the beauty section. Unlike Nikki, her hits and Oh God Knows videos were basically like 8 hits and then 2 Oh God Knows. I'm gonna be a little bit more negative than that. The next hit for me is this little Milk Makeup lip and cheek stick.
Wow.
I have the shade Work. Honestly, the formula is what matters for me. But this is their cream blush. It's nothing like the formula of the cream bronzer, which you guys know I love. That is a lovely cream bronzer, but it is a matte finish. This has a tiny bit of dew in there, and I love it so much. So for me, this has been my daily work blush. I just kind of swipe it on and I blend it out with my fingers. No brushes whatsoever. It has this very light sheen and it just looks so healthy on the cheeks once you blend it out. Very nice youthful glow, and I feel like the glow also doesn't emphasize texture, which I do have quite a bit of on my cheek area. So honestly, I think I would buy full size once I'm done with this one, but this was a very pleasant surprise. And finally, I want to mention one skincare thing, which I'm not reviewing skincare anymore, but I want to mention this. This is the First Aid Beauty Fab Pharma BHA Acne Spot Treatment Gel. It's a 2% salicylic acid spot treatment, and it's the only skincare product not on my medicated skincare regimen that I've been using. This is by far the gentlest spot treatment that is still effective that I've ever used. I feel like you can either get a really strong, like, benzoyl peroxide spot treatment that burns your skin, or something that's very, very gentle but literally does nothing. This I see actually doing something in my pimples. It still takes like about a day or 2 for things to finally go away, but it doesn't leave my skin ridiculously dry in that spot where I put it on. It's gentle, but it's effective, and it works really, really well on hormonal breakouts. So I get those like very painful under the skin zits when I do get zits. It was really, really nice for doing that because I feel like it does penetrate pretty deeply, but it doesn't leave me with like crusties all over my face. Now for the fails, the Oh God Knows. Let's start with the jar of pure disappointment. That is the Becca Zero No Pigment Virtual Foundation. I did talk about this recently, so I have shared my review on this one, but
I am smart, but I'm also kind of a dumbass.
And I'm wearing it on my face today, so I have been actually using it, as you can see. I am not going to let this go to waste. I'm going to use the entire jar. I spent my money on it. it's done, and I don't believe in returning products, so I'm gonna get my use out of this one. I haven't been using it under foundation. I do like it with some concealer. It doesn't do anything to my skin. It doesn't give me any coverage. It doesn't give me any blurring. It literally just kind of vaguely smooths out my skin, but not really. It feels like a nice, pleasant kind of silicone-y moisturizer, which is fine. But it's not a foundation substitute. It doesn't have any blurring technology. It is just basically a silicone-y smoothing gel. So I use this one right after moisturizer, and then I put spot concealer on top of it, and I do like how my skin looks. But I've heard that this is not good as a primer under foundation, that it balls up and makes your foundation look really bad. And the reviews of this on Sephora are dismal. I feel very cheated, but I also feel like I have no right to feel cheated, because who the hell would fall for something like this? Me, apparently. ColourPop recently came out with these new cream shadows. I gave away pretty much the entire collection to my coworkers, except for these cream shadows because I wanted to try them out. I kept Agave Bloom and Flagstaff from the Sandstone collection. These colors are so gorgeous, but somehow they managed to ruin them with the ColourPop touch. They put micro glitters in these. Look at this. This would be so beautiful all over the lids. It's not even like gold, so it doesn't even look natural. It's like silver micro glitters. I don't understand. And of course you can't really see it on camera because my camera sucks with automatic zoom, but like it is unavoidable. I'm gonna take a phone video so you guys can see. Truly infuriating the lengths that ColourPop will go to ruin everything they can with micro glitter. I'm halfway convinced that the ColourPop HQ like accidentally bought 6 million tons of micro glitter and now they're just trying to use it up. Because why else? Why else? Why else? This shade, for example, there's no reason to put micro glitter in a shade like this. It's beautiful, like burnt sienna, adobe color. This has a little bit of gold, so at least it's not a silver micro glitter. That would be truly weird. They came out with truly matte versions of these. I think that would be an actually awesome product because these blend out fairly nicely. I do prefer the cream shadows in the Artemis palette, but still really, really nice diffusion. That was overly dramatic. I'm not actually that pressed about it, but it's just like, it's like they don't listen. I think that's the more frustrating part, is that people have been saying like, hey, we don't love the micro glitters, can you please stop? And they're like, no. I was also kind of disappointed by the coral collection, particularly the pressed powder blush in the shade Shook to the Coral, which I wanted to love just for that name. It's a beautiful coral shade with a gold shimmer running throughout it. So basically this is their version of NARS Orgasm, but I feel like it looks like the new formula of Orgasm. NARS has cycled through a couple different formulas of that blush, but their most recent formula that I tried was just not good. The gold shimmer looked really, really unnatural, whereas it used to look very warm and pretty on the cheeks. This I feel kind of looks like that bad formula of the NARS blush. The gold shimmer is really prominent in the formula and I feel like it just doesn't look great on the cheeks. Which is disappointing because I really like this packaging for the pressed powder blushes. I love their cardboard packaging, but this is really cute and I feel like it's very reminiscent of their big Super Shocks, which I'm currently wearing this one on my cheekbones. It's the Super Shock in the shade Coastin. I think it's really pretty. Like a champagne with a hint of coral in there. Fairly Amrezy like honestly, and I really do enjoy the Super Shock formula for these bigger highlighters. So this was pleasant, but this was very much not so. That's it for the makeup fails, and now I'm going to share 3 current favorites of non-beauty things. Ooh, branching out. Unique. Number 1, ooh, I'm getting risky. I have makeup all over my hands and I'm holding up a white dress. This is my favorite dress on earth. This is the Eggy Magnolia dress. Eggy is a brand created by Jen M. I'll show a picture of me wearing this dress on screen. It's just straight cottagecore vibes. I love it so much. You get these kind of poofy sleeves. This neckline makes your boobs look awesome even if you have small ones. This really nice sturdy ruching detail at the waist. I feel like ruching can sometimes kind of feel cheap on certain pieces or just be kind of like loosely done ruching so it looks a little bit puffy on you, but this is like a really nice thick material dress. Literally the only thing I don't like about this one is that it does wrinkle, so you do have to iron it, and I hate ironing. I feel like Gen Z's thing is that we all hate ironing, so we're gonna be adults just walking around with the wrinkliest clothes. But yes, I love this dress very much. Hit number 2 you might have seen on my Instagram stories lately, but we all know that I love my Gymshark. I'm such a Gymshark hoe. My favorite collection in their permanent line is the Camo Seamless. Those are the best for leg days, but the Animal Seamless is great if you don't like camo, if you don't want to be invisible. It's the exact same super sturdy material, so I love this collection for leg day as well. I would say that they're like moderately supportive, so maybe not the best if you're doing a ton of like jumping stuff, but this is like the most flattering sports bra I've ever seen in my life. Very comfortable as well, and they hold up really well between washes. So this is my current favorite sports bra. My final favorite of the month are these raisins. What is my channel? I'm talking about raisins on a beauty channel. Whatever. I think the brand is Sun-Made. I'm pretty sure it's like the main raisin brand, but they have these sour raisins that taste like sour Skittles. I put 2 of my coworkers onto these, one of whom hates healthy food. My favorite flavor is the blue raspberry ones, and I thought they would be like sugar-coated raisins and really unhealthy, but it's literally just raisins and citric acid. They are the most beautiful snack I've ever tasted in my life. I'm pretty sure I got them at Target, but either way, track them down. They are amazing. You will not regret it. Alright guys, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's fairly unconventional video. Thank you again to Shop Tagger for sponsoring today's video. Thank you to my curtain bangs for sabotaging today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed down below. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you're watching this video and you're Nikkie's legal team, no, you're not watching this video. And if you made it to the very end of this video, you get to the bonus meme. I love you. Bye.
No. Ooh. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.